Good morning and thank you for coming, everyone. I'd like to talk to you this morning about the issue of road safety. As many of you will be aware, 4 Bermudians have already tragically lost their lives on the roads this year in 2015 already. In the years 2013 to 2014, 25 people have lost their lives on the roads in Bermuda. That means in the preceding 29 months, 29 persons have lost their lives on our roads. That's an average of 1 a month. 90% of all collisions between the 1st of January 2013 and the 31st, actually to today, were Bermudians. Of these, 76% were black Bermudian males. Interestingly, in 2013-2014, the most common day of serious collisions was Sundays between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., which is a traditional social and sporting time frame, with 23% of all serious collisions reported to police on this day and in that time frame. I will state that our data differs somewhat from that held by the hospital, as some accidents go unreported. However, the data is clear as to who is most at risk from serious injury or death on our roads. As we transition into the summer season, we are only too cognizant that Bermudians will ready themselves for the May 24th and the Heroes Weekend, and other social and sporting events that go along with summer traditions on our island. On January 20th this year, the Bermuda Police Service released its road safety strategy with 3 central tenets: enforcement and awareness, prevention and education, and deterrence and rehabilitation. This weekend, the Bermuda Police Service will be placing special attention on our role with an awareness and enforcement campaign across Bermuda. We have conducted data analysis which has found that there were 5 predominant locations across the island where serious injury collisions occurred between 2013 and 2014. These locations, very quickly, are Middle Road, Warwick, between the junctions of Morgan's Road and as far west as Burnt House Hill. Middle Road, Southampton, between the junctions of Lighthouse Road and the vicinity of 5 Star Island. North Shore Road, Hamilton Parish, between Studio Lane, which is the area of Shelley Bay Stretch, to Coney Island Road. South Road, Paget, junctions with Southcote Road, which is the location where the Old Horizons is located, to Harvey Road. Somerset Road, junctions of Scotts Hill Road to Cambridge Road. And East Broadway in Hamilton is also identified as a frequent fatal and serious injury collision hotspot. To this end, members of the motoring public can expect to see our officers in these and other locations, raising awareness about and the risk of serious injury or death from driving or riding at excessive speed, without due care or attention, or driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Officers will be exercising professional judgment by issuing motorist warning notice and tickets and/or arrests where appropriate. We are urging all members of the community to take steps to ensure that our husbands, sons, brothers, wives, sisters, and mothers take steps to not drink and drive. We are asking every member of the community to ask themselves, before I get on my bike or in my car, have I had too much to drink? The death toll on our roads tells us that the community must take action. The Bermuda Police Service will do its role through awareness and enforcement, but road safety is a collective effort that all members of the community must reinforce with families, friends, bartenders, or even to strangers. We will be using our various social media feeds throughout the weekend to provide live feeds about our officers' locations and information, and please ask everyone to follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram feeds for updated information about that. Again, I would urge everyone to consider the statistics and consider the safety of everyone by your presence on the road. So think before you act, and hopefully you can save a life. Thank you. Any questions?
Chief Inspector, I'm just curious, we threw out that statistic of 76% black males. What's the relevance of that?
The whole point of this, as I said, is to raise awareness at who is at risk. So what the data is showing us in the period that we're speaking about is that one very particular demographic in our community is most at risk from either being injured or killed on our roads. And I think a lot of people in the community need to sit up and think about that statistic. We have found it very difficult to reach that particular demographic, young black males. So what we're saying is to all members of the community, look out for your loved one, whether it's your son, your brother, your father. We want to reach everybody in the community and raise awareness about this problem across the island. So let me be clear, this is not it is a targeted campaign, but it's not targeted at anyone. The specific intent of all of this is to raise awareness about this issue because, as we well know, many people, when they're young, in their prime, don't feel that incidents like this can happen to them. So we want to raise awareness that, yes, it can, and the statistics speak for themselves.
How do you get the establishments, bars, restaurants to buy in on your initiative?
Well, bartenders undergo tips training, which addresses a lot of those types of issues. So to be a bartender and work on the door in a licensed premise in Bermuda, you should have undergone tips training, and that is dealt with through that. And if anyone wants any information on that, they can reach out to our community action team for information. So the awareness should be there. What we're asking for is people to look out for that person and take action if it's needed. Yes?
Speaking of being aware, and if you spot somebody that you suspect may have had too much to drink, there was an incident in the courts recently on that subject. What would your advice be as far as approaching them? Don't approach them, call the police?
Well, anyone's entitled to speak to someone,
right.
but our advice is if you feel that someone's at risk and in imminent danger, call the police. That's what we're there for. But what we are saying in the first instance is that people should not be putting themselves in that position. We are asking people that are around people that may be in that situation to have that conversation with them about how they're getting home, and if the need arises, then call the police. I want to be very clear on this. What the data is telling us is that the biggest factors for serious injury, collisions, or death is speed, inattention or driving without due care and attention, and driving whilst impaired through alcohol or drugs. So those are basically three things that we really want to focus the community's attention on, and that's what our officers will be doing this weekend by issuing notices for lesser offences, and for the more serious offences we will be ticketing and or arresting people in the enforcement perspective. But the main idea is to raise awareness amongst everybody about this issue, because 29 deaths in 29 months is unacceptable.